Welcome back to this edition of Face the Nation. We're looking at that important question, that is the corporate sector the real force which is thriving on black money, and is that the root cause of all the problems? Paranjoy, the point that we've looked at so far is the fact that the government's response, all of us may disagree with it, and all of us may feel that the government has a lot more to do. But what is it that the government can really do? I mean, you look at all the, for instance, all the assets which are declared by all these ministers and MPs at the time of getting elected. Most of our parliamentarians won't own a car if we were to go strictly by their assets.
See, the lawmakers, even before they become lawmakers, they become lawbreakers. So we have a nexus between not just business and politics. We have a nexus between criminals, business persons and politics. As epitomized, say, by the Reddy brothers of Karnataka. What you actually see for every Ramalinga Raju who's put behind bars, we have hundreds of others who get away scot-free. For every Sukram who spends a month in jail, there are thousands of ministers and politicians who are not even touched. We have a system, a legal system, a criminal justice system, where the long arm of the law is so long it doesn't reach the people who needs to be reached. And therefore, this nexus between business, politics and crime keeps this system going, where more, I mean, your national income, more than what your national income is stashed away.
But Suhel, I think that there is another dimension to this entire debate, and that is the role of the bureaucrats. You know, I mean, the role of bureaucratic corruption, bureaucrats being involved in different corrupt practices, is now being exposed practically on a daily basis. Why can't we act against them also?
I want to say one thing before I get on to this question, because it's very important in the context of what I said earlier. You know, someone who I really regard well and with his immense sagacity said, we're slowly losing faith in India, the nation state, because the institutions that we should have worshipped and which should have governed us are all crumbling. The bureaucracy is one such institution. In the good old days, you could expect politicians to be rogues and thugs and crooks, but you thought bureaucrats were pedigreed, they came from fine families, and they were there to genuinely serve the people. But why blame the bureaucrat? I mean, if the environment is the way it is, the bureaucrat also wants to see his son in Harvard and Wharton. Many of them getting by scholarships, many of them getting funded by corporates. I mean, it's a known fact.
Right.
So nothing of what Dr. Manmohan Singh has discussed at the cabinet meeting is unique. If it is unique to him, we need to worry, because then Dr. Manmohan Singh actually lives in a bubble.
Right.
So black money exists. There is widespread corruption. There are nexuses that Paranjoy and Mahesh, that Tony spoke about. The reality is, we still haven't come to the moot point. How on earth do we address this corruption, and how do we weed it out? The weeding is yet another instance that I just want to touch upon.
Yes.
You had A. Raja, you had Kalmadi, you had Adarsh. Apart from Jairam Ramesh Singh demolish Adarsh, have you seen any one of those people go to jail?
So visible action.
Two people went to jail and they've come out of jail because the CBI couldn't put a charge sheet against them. This is what a monkey business we are running.